In a homily I gave earlier in the week, I mentioned that sometimes commercials come to mind when I begin to think about a homily. Well, today, when St. Paul was telling some Romans not to let sin into their lives, I thought of a commercial that features these creepy, crawly creatures that delight in having the free range over us until one spray and they are gone. Would that we could do this with sin, but it's not that easy. Sin is insidious, and unfortunately we find at times that we are defenseless. Just this past week, I read about a young, notable hockey player here in the Boston area who died at home. The day before, there was a family celebration for his second child. Family members were in attendance, and he appeared to be enjoying himself, and the following morning, he was found dead at home. Initially, it was thought he had a heart attack. And that day, his wife and father were traveling to New Jersey to participate in a ceremony honoring this young man when she received the toxicology report through her phone. His system had been ravaged with drugs. But how could this be? In the letter to the people of Rome, St. Paul asked a question. Do you realize that if you consent to sin, it will lead to death? But he went on to say that we can keep sin at bay at arm's length if we allow ourselves to embrace the pattern of teachings that Jesus lays out for us. He didn't elaborate, but we know the lesson plan that Jesus detailed. The commandments: love God and neighbor as ourselves with all our hearts, minds, and souls. Seek to serve and not to be served. Pray and receive the Eucharist. And Paul is urging them to construct a firewall to keep sin out and God's grace in. Well, he didn't say it, but I will. Don't become slumlords with our bodies. Keep the property in good shape and up to code. Jesus' code. In the gospel today, Jesus spoke of a homeowner who took the necessary precautions to protect his home and property from being broken into. He was prepared for any eventuality. The story had to do primarily with being prepared if God calls on us unexpectedly. But the story can also apply to sin, who pays unexpected visits and tries to enter our households. At the end of the gospel today, it was said that Jesus expects more from us because we have received more. He expects more from us in doing battle with sin because he shed his blood for us for the forgiveness of our sins.